Boy, do I have a fun one for you guys today. It's day 2,235 of a 5K every day without missing a day. And I'm on the campus in Notre Dame, and I'm gonna flip you guys around because we're gonna do a little different style today, where we look at what I'm running at because it's a lot more fun that way. It's game day. We're playing Purdue today, and I thought, what better idea than to have a talk about big goals and run through campus before the crowds start getting here. People are already lined up though for tailgating, so that's kind of fun. But we're gonna just take a stroll through campus, and there might be times when I pause a little bit and we just kind of take in the sights. But I thought this would be a fun way to spend the morning run together. And let me get up past here really quick, and then I'll go into what I wanted to talk about. Let me just get past these cars here. It's hard to think, talk, run all at the same time, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. Well, technically I know where I'm going. I just want to make sure I pick the right route so we can hit the stadium first. Cut over here. There she is in all her glory. So it'll be packed here very shortly, along with all the tailgating. Pretty amazing right there. Looks like we've got some fellow runners today. Okay, so we're gonna do a lap around the stadium, and then we'll get into campus. We'll go over to the Golden Dome, and then we will go right by Touchdown Jesus as well, which actually might be the perfect place to pray it out today. So we will see. Morning. That's the Joyce Center right there. That's where they play basketball. Ooh, I smell some barbecue. Oh my goodness. That smells so good. Wow. This is the east side of the stadium over here. Looks like we got the TV crew setting up. More runners. I love this. We never encounter this many runners. I feel like I just want to wave to everybody that's running. All right, let's get into, actually, hang on, I actually have to pause. My shoelace is untied. Or, yeah, it's kind of untied. Okay, there we go. Good to go. All right, let's go down this little trail here. We can get into our talk. So big goals, what are they? How do we set them? How do we know they're big? What do we do to start pursuing them? And all the other great things that come along with chasing big goals. So first and foremost, what's a big goal? What do you guys think a big goal is? Love to talk through that however you'd like. Like we said yesterday, in the comments, direct messages, on LinkedIn, wherever it might be. My personal view is that a big goal is one that is something that is challenging to reach, but it's also something that's realistic. And we don't want to be setting unrealistic goals because A, there's no point in doing that, and B, it just discourages you more, in my opinion. So we've got to find that delicate balance. Morning. I caught her mid-bite. So, for example, if I set a goal right now at 39 years old to be in the NFL in 5 years, obviously not realistic. Can it be done? I don't know. I doubt it. It's just setting me up for success to be disappointed at the end of the day when that doesn't happen. And then I'm going to generate all this activity and input into doing the goal, and it doesn't make sense. So why would I do that? So they need to be realistic. There's a methodology that people in business and other places use called writing things SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. And so you want to make sure that you have all of those factors into how you set a goal and factored in to how you set a goal. And then you know that it's one that is essentially able to be articulated not only to yourself but to those around you. And it's really important that we have a framework for consistently doing this, both in our personal life and in business. So when we say specific, what we're saying and what we mean is that, I mean, it is kind of that blatant where we're not making it so vague where essentially there's no real way to tell if it got completed or not. I can't really think of an example real time right now. I had thought through a few and I'm just totally drawing a blank with all the stuff going on right now, but it needs to be specific. For example, we'll stick with the NFL example, but let's pretend we're in high school versus sitting here at 39. So specificity would say, I want to, or the goal is to reach the NFL by the time I'm 25 and play for such and such team. Now I know there's varying degrees of variability where you can't necessarily control that because you get drafted and you don't tell people where you want to go, they tell you where to go. So I get that, but we're back by the fire station, FYI, and the power plant. So that would be the specific of it. And again, probably not the best goal. Just the only one I can think of right now. So measurable would be to have things in there, such as what we just talked about, by the age of 25. Or in this case, again, it's not really the best example, but in this case, a measurable outcome would be the specific team. Achievable, is this really realistic? Is it possible to be achieved? I probably shouldn't have said realistic because we have an R in there, which is realistic, which is different. Here's a good view of the dome back here, shining. So pardon that, but achievable means, can you actually do this? Are you just starting football at the age of 18 as you graduate high school? The chances of you achieving the goal are pretty slim. R is realistic. So kind of the same thing, but that's where I would say, back to the example, is like, is it realistic that we're going to be able to pick the exact team that we're going to play for? Probably not, based on how this stuff actually works. Beautiful shot of the dome here. And then time bound would be what we talked about, by age 25. That would cover your time bound. So if you're writing your goals that way, and you're focused on writing them smart, then you can start to tackle these big goals, because you're not only able to quantify them, but you can essentially have people understand them and then help to hold you accountable and help you along the way of accomplishing that dream. So it's critically important that we write them smart. Morning. Here's the Basilica. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna pause right here because this is one of my favorite doors. It's very iconic. Right there, God, country, Notre Dame, in glory everlasting. So cool. Okay, we are at 1.62. What else do I want to show you guys? I can show you the business school where I went to school. We'll get a front shot of the Basilica here. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Actually, you know what? Let's run over to the lake. Fun fact. Most people don't know this, but Notre Dame is Notre Dame du Lac, which stands for two lakes. And there's two lakes up here that are part of campus. And that's where it actually gets its name from, which is really cool. Here we go. This is one of my favorite views on campus here. So pretty. Especially in the fall, there's some leaves that are starting to fall. Colors aren't quite turning yet, but it's getting close. Oh, we gotta do the grotto. It's funny, I knew this would happen. I'm like, oh, we gotta do this. Oh, we gotta do this. I know it's a little break from our regular programming, but I just thought it would be fun. So the grotto is a place of prayer and reflection. So I'm gonna pause talking here as we come up. let's go check out the view of the lakes here. Like, look how pretty that is. It's so cool. So beautiful. There's a trail that goes all the way around too that you can take. I think I'd run probably 5 miles if I did that, but let's continue on. There's our other running friends. Oh, cool. So fun. Man, I'm so grateful that you guys get to join me on this run this morning, because this is like sharing this part of my heart here. This was a place that I came to growing up all the time, very frequently. We lived about 2 hours south of here. So my dad and I would come up for games as I was growing up, and it was just such an amazing memory. A lot of fun. So this is where the band will meet to play some songs on these steps here, which is really something special to see. Very cool. And then it's kind of cool because what I'm coming up on here used to be the furthest south part of campus. So when I was growing up, like I was saying, when my dad and I would come up here, we'd play in this field here, which you'll see how big it is in South Quad. And this was like the furthest part of campus to the south. It's in terms of like main buildings, which is cool. So it opens up and then goes all the way down there, which we'll kind of run the perimeter. I need to pop out and get out from under trees so that it's not super dark. We're actually going to go around the backside here, and then we'll curve around by the bookstore. Oh, maybe not. They got that closed now due to construction. Okay. We'll turn around. One thing I wanted to say about goals as well is from a spiritual standpoint. It's really important that we invite the Lord into helping us set the goals that He would have for us. And we want to make sure that we're doing it in partnership with Him and not separate from Him. Because not only does He give us the strength to accomplish what it is that He's calling us to do, but He can also do such greater things than we could ever imagine, ask, or think. And so if you're not inviting Him into that, you're not allowing Him to do what it is that He promised that He would do. So I really just encourage you in that to invite Him in to that process. Okay, let's see if we got on the other side here. Yeah, we're good. I'm kind of doing the outer perimeter here. These are some of the dorms. Okay, we'll cut back here and hit the basketball courts. Yeah, so like I was saying, this was really like the far south part of campus. And it's just been so cool over the last several years to see this grow and see it expand. Dang, we're at 2.4 already. It's flying, guys. I'm gonna need to cut back and start heading back to where I parked. All right. We'll start kind of weaving through here, taking some of these shortcuts. Gotta love a good shortcut. except in life, right? We don't take shortcuts. We do things the hard way and the right way and the way that develops and refines us. Making pretty good time today, considering we stopped quite a bit. Let's go this way. We're coming up on the bookstore. More runners, yay. This is so fun. Should come up here every day when we're here. What do you guys think? More runners, yay. Morning. Everybody's always so happy on game day. I love it. It's like a big family reunion. All right, everybody's starting to set up tailgates. Here's the cemetery, one of the cemeteries, I should say. I'll give you guys one of my dad jokes. I'm officially a dad now, so I can do this and be okay with it. How many people do you think are in this cemetery? How many dead people do you think are in here? What do you think? Take a look and see all the headstones. What's your guess? Ready for the answer? All of them. Yeah, dad joke, right? Gets a lot of people though. It's a good one. Okay, let's cross the street. Kind of head back to where we came from. This is kind of the main drive outside of the campus, Angelos Drive, or Boulevard, I should say. Excuse me. Oh, I just realized we didn't get to touch on Jesus. I don't think we'll be able to see it from out here either. We'll do another run. I'll take you by it. All right, right back to where we started. Whew. Here we go. 3.11. Okay, let's get over here. Heavenly Father, Lord, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, Lord, thank you for giving us big goals, vision, dreams, Lord, for giving us a growth mindset so that we don't have to be static and stay stuck with where we're at, Lord. I pray that you would pour out your wisdom and clarity on anyone right now that's seeking what the direction for either their life is, Lord, or a goal or a dream or a vision that they feel that you put in front of them. Lord, I pray that each and every person would just have the boldness and courage to sit with you and to seek you and to have you pour out that wisdom and clarity on what they're supposed to be doing. And Lord, I pray all of these things this morning in Jesus' mighty name, amen.